This is about Curious George and the puppies. Curious George is one of Levi's favorite characters. Do you ever watch Curious George on TV or Netflix? You will when you come to Florida. Oops, I skipped a page. This is George. George was a good little monkey, always very curious. One day, George went for a walk with his friend, the man with the yellow hat and the yellow pants and the yellow shirt. When they sat down to rest, they noticed a tiny kitten peeking out from under a bush. The kitten looked frightened. Oh no. Perhaps he's lost, said the man with the yellow hat. And together he and George searched the park for the little kitten's owner. But the kitten was all alone. This kitten is too young to be on her own, the man said. We should take her to the animal shelter where they can care for her and find her a home. So George and the kitten and the man with the yellow hat drove to the animal shelter in the convertible. It's a blue convertible. Granddaddy has a red convertible now. You're gonna like it. The director of the shelter was glad to see them. It was good of you to bring the kitten here, she said. We will be happy to take care of her. George gave the kitten to the director, and then he and the man with the yellow hat walked inside. Come in, the director said, but watch where you step. We have a large litter of puppies, and one has gotten out of his cage. We're still looking for him, so please be careful. She closed the door behind them. George had never been to an animal shelter before. Animals of all kinds were being cared for here. George saw bunnies, cats, turtles, guinea pigs. He even saw a snake. There's the turtle. There's a raccoon. There's cats and bunnies. He did not see any puppies. Uh-oh. George, I need to sign some papers, said the man with the yellow hat. Please stay here and don't be too curious. Just as the man with the yellow hat left the room, George heard barking. Maybe it was the puppies. But where was it coming from? George was curious. He followed the barking noise. Do you know what puppies say? Arf, 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 arf. And he found a whole room full of dogs. There were yellow dogs and spotted dogs and sleek dogs and fluffy dogs. There were quiet dogs and yappy dogs and even a dog without a tail. But where were the puppies? Then George saw a little wagging tail. Then another and another. Once George saw the puppies, he could not take his eyes off of them. He had to pet one. Here was a puppy, and the puppy liked George. George wanted to hold the puppy. Slowly he opened the door, but before George could even reach the puppy, the mother dog pushed the door open and was off like a shot. George tried to close the door after her, but the puppies were too fast. There was nothing George could do. Puppies were everywhere. Puppies hid under the desk. Puppies barked at bunnies. One puppy played with a telephone cord. And another climbed on top of a cage to watch the others get into mischief. That's that one. Soon all the dogs were barking. Yep, 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 yep. The cats were meowing. Meow, meow, meow. And the bunnies were rustled into the corner of their cages. They were all afraid. They were scaredy bunnies. Oh no! cried the director as she and the man with the yellow hat rushed into the room. "Now all the puppies are out." The man with the yellow hat helped the director gather up the puppies and put them safely back in their cage. Soon all the animals were settled down and were quiet. Except for one, who was still barking. Yup, 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 yup. It was the mother dog. What was she barking at? There was nothing here but a door. There must be something on the other side, thought George. He opened the door. It was the missing puppy. Everyone was happy to finally find the puppy. The director scooped him up and said, "George, you certainly caused a ruckus, but if you hadn't let the puppies out, we might still be searching for this little one." Then she gave the puppies and the mother a snack. You like snacks too, don't you, Marie? These puppies are now big enough to go live with families who will take care of them. Do you want to take one home with you, George? What do you think? George did. Look at the puppy. He got the golden puppy. That's all.